Bonsoir, mesdames et messieurs. Bienvenue sur le podcast de Crack on Plastique. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Plastic Crack Podcast. My name is Ken from Miniature Wargaming Warriors. Joined tonight, I am by Martin, Seventh Son, who's below me.
I don't know.
HQ, and Tom from Boots on the Table. And fuck you guys, I said I would do it, and I did.
I was not expecting that.
Is it time to turn the stream off already?
I don't know. I'm waiting to see. I waited. Well, I wasn't expecting that. I've got to be honest.
No.
I wasn't expecting that.
Bloody hell. I wish I had a beer rather than a tea.
Yeah.
I got whiskey, but I've already had about half of it. And
oh my god.
There's got to be a
Remember we were talking about Cocodamol.
Yeah, I think he's on it.
But our pre-stream chat. Yeah.
Oh dear. Yeah, good evening everybody. I hope everyone's okay. Lovely to have you here on this Monday night. It's 8 o'clock, so you know what time that is. It's time for the Plastic Crack Podcast, your weekly fix of miniature madness. It's gonna be an interesting one tonight. I've silenced the others, so excellent. You got me for the next 2 hours. Right, gentlemen. How we've been this last week? What about you, Mike? Let's start with yourself. What you've been up to?
What have I been up to? I've been working a lot in the miniature world. Are we chucking up some pictures? Are we?
If you give me a second,
I've got.
Yeah, do you want to do it?
I've got
Yeah.
it. So I have been finishing more English Civil War bits and bobs. So I finished my King's Lifeguard regiment, large regiment. So you have no idea how long that photo took me to take and position to get all of them in that one shot. It was so hard. But no, I finished a wing of my last wing of Musketeers of those, and I also finished, which I'm really pleased with.
It's not big enough, Martin.
My mortar. What do you mean it's not big enough?
That unit is not big enough. You need more.
It's big and red, and it already takes up 18 inches of the table. If I add 2 more bases into it, it will be 26 inches across.
It's beautiful.
It is, but it's gonna die very quickly. I have a feeling it'll be the first one off the table. But no, I finished this. I finished the mortar, which come in the ordnance battery, and that was a lot of fun. A lot of fun to paint, mainly because. I think in the video I did, I said the resin base, it was just a little bit thick, but really, because it's a static position, I thought it was really good that they do send them with those modelled bases, but I don't think they come in if you buy them individually.
They don't. I've got that model, and it's a nice model, but it doesn't come with that. And it's a real shame, actually, because I wish you could buy them separately, even. That'd be nice.
Well, I said before, I think Warlord are missing a trick with their Napoleonics, that they haven't done the box set, the Ordnance box set, and released 3 cannons with the Commander, with the Gabions, because I'd get that. But I'm really pleased because I got this chap. He's sort of battery commander with his little telescope. But I also wanted to use it as an opportunity to not paint so much red.
Does he look like somebody we know? Does he look a bit like Steve?
He does a little bit, doesn't he?
Yeah, it's definitely a Steve moment there.
If Steve was in War of the Roses, there he is. He would be a mortar commander.
If it was the Wars of the Roses, then that would be great. But that's the English Civil War. It'd be even better,
English Civil War. Yeah, of course it is. Yeah, of course it is.
I'll let you get rid of this, Ken, because I don't want to turn the rock. You've got so many overlays on here. I don't know which one's the right one.
That is fine. It's all right anyway, because we're going to move on to Steve and what he's been up to this week. If I can get his pictures. I've got your pictures here, Steve. Just bear with. They are here. I uploaded them. I'm sure I did. Oh, for God's sake, Ken, what did you do with them? There they are. There we go. Landsknechts.
So another base of Landsknechts finished. So I've almost finished the section or the unit or whatever denomination it's in. Yes, really enjoying these. Still enjoying them. Haven't gone funny yet. Haven't dribbled in paint water. Not yet.
You got some ACW as well, haven't you? You done?
Oh yeah, I'm working on those tonight. They were my test base to see just how easy or difficult they were to paint. They're not too bad. I'm currently painting really 3 bases. It's difficult because like my painting technique for everything is that everything looks crap until I put the wash on it.
Yeah.
So they looked, before I put the wash on those, it looked like I'd use my feet to paint them with. They were ghastly. But no, I'm trying to see how many I can paint comfortably without losing interest or without the quality diminishing. So I'm currently painting 3 stands tonight to see how far I can get through with them. But no, very, very quiet week for me last week. I spent more time on my arse playing video games than painting. So there we go.
Yeah. Dom, your stuff, I couldn't actually. Where is it?
It's there, mate. Hang on, I can find it for you.
Yeah, please do.
Well, mainly mine was. I say this every flipping week, but genuinely this week I didn't do as much as I would normally do because actually I managed to get 2 games in this week over Zoom. So that used up a lot of time along with work and everything else.
They are the ships, aren't they? Yeah.
I did get my ships done. So that's the Scharnhorst. I did a video on this, so I won't bore people too much. But there's the Hipper class heavy cruisers. This is all the German fleet pack for victory at seas. There's the destroyers, a flight of Stukas, and there's the light cruisers. Really enjoyed doing them, actually. Yeah, these were the ones that Warlords kindly sent us, and they actually really enjoyed doing them. I still think the bases are too big for most of them. Certainly for the smaller ships, I think they're too big.
For the destroyers.
Yeah, I think for the capital ships they work all right. And I know why they've done it, so you can put the name on the side and you can identify them easily on the table. But
yeah, because if you've got the same ship and same class, haven't you? Like
it's quite difficult to tell the difference between some of them. You know, to be honest, unless you're a complete, Nors around it, which clearly they're not really aimed at the Nors. These, so yeah, but they're fun to do and quick to do, which is nice.
Yeah. No. You see, like you say, I've got. Let me just show you some of mine. I managed to finish all 3 of my Royal Navy destroyers, my tribal ones.
Nice.
I was. To be honest with you, I'm very happy with them. I've got most of the others painted like to a set standard because I'm doing videos with all of mine, painting guides, because they're not going to be the same across all of the different ships. Because I didn't see any Royal Navy ones, and I thought it'd be quite nice to do something different. I did enjoy doing these, and they are a nice little break.
Something different, isn't it? Which is
100%. And I've also been doing some middle guard. So I've got the Victrix set. I've got those 6 are done. They're still drying at that point, and I haven't touched them up. But I've got another 6 on the go at the minute. But I've discovered a new flavour for colour. It's the jacket, the old guard jackets, is just Leviathan blue, 1 coat, no wash over it, and it looks really, really nice. It suits the old guard jackets really well because I remember how I was doing them before. I was doing spray and blue, then wash them, and then I went over with a different blue afterwards to highlight them. And with that, I don't need to do any of that. Just be a bit neat.
Did you say there's no liquid talent on those?
Not on the blue jackets, no.
God, Bennett, I'm impressed.
Yeah, no. Yeah,
I don't think I could ever do that. Could you, Steve? With no washes on it? What the hell?
I did a test model. I did a test model with the blue on its own, and then a wash over it as well. And I liked it without the wash. So
good on you.
Yeah, I thought I'd be a bit risky. I painted my Italian up this week. I'm very happy with him. Did a little painting video on him. To be fair, most of that, and the same with the previous miniature, is near enough all contrast. So the face is contrast on this, but then I've gone over with the barbarian flesh tone to just pick out the face and the hands. I think it works quite well doing it like that instead of just leaving it just contrast.
No, you have the flesh on contrast looks too.
I've been using dark flesh as well, Martin.
That's what I use, but I still put it over a slightly warmer base. I always use something with a bit of a yellow tone, like pallid witch flesh, or just something, because I find that the problem if you just use the flesh, and you've highlighted it up, but is it just looks really kind of pastel. It basically looks like they're dead. It's like it just looks a bit too flat.
Unless you unless you do it over really bright white, you know.
So that's what I do over quite a pale, well, fairly bright white, bright pink, and it works quite well, I think.
Yeah,
but I take what you mean.
Yeah, but no, I was happy with that. And then finally, from me, I did some more buying, and I, of course, I did. Bought these, bought some flags, and I was like, yeah, I'm going to do the first, because in 1814/15, the Irish regiment in Napoleon, well, it wasn't Napoleon, it was Louis XVI at the time when they disbanded them. But before they disbanded them, he got them to form, because they were 3 regiments, and he got them to form into 2 battalions. 3 battalions, got them to form into 2. So if I do that, I've got both battalions like towards the end, and they were the only ones that foreign unit to be given a gold eagle, I believe, that weren't like Swiss or Italian, to my knowledge. If I'm wrong, please let me know, but that's what I've read. I have read that, so it'd be nice to do a gold eagle for them, and it would be nice to have my French on the table with something green infantry, which will just stand out, I think. So again, GMB flags for that one. But yeah, no, happy days.
It's hard to change, isn't it? Once you
get those flags, you just you don't.
That's why that's the thing I have. I know there's other flag manufacturers, but I live in this perpetual state of fear when you go to a restaurant. It's a restaurant thing. You go, you find a dish you like, and you're scared to order something else because if it's the only thing, because GMB doesn't do Wars of the Roses, I get my Wars of the Roses from somewhere else. But now I have the same thing. I don't want to get them from anywhere else. To be fair,
what happens if he starts doing Wars of the Roses? Then what are you going to do?
Then I will buy them and make alternatives. But the thing is, the Wars of the Roses ones. I mean, I've bought every single Yorkist flag now in the catalogue. I've got 50 sheets of flags. It's a guy. It's called Freezy Water Flags, Vexalia.com. But I think he's actually shutting it down in about 6 months' time. So he's selling I think he's slowly getting rid of the catalogue. So I had this bit of a panic moment whereby I know a lot of players have probably gone and bought them, but I was like, no, I want to make all these personalities. So I just went and bought every single flag sheet for the Yorkist I was. And my opponent has done the same for the Lancastrians. So between us, I think we've got about 100 flag sheets or something. Oh my god! You
got them all, haven't you? So you can't.
Well, exactly. No, but to be fair, they're a really nice reference material as well. Just I like having books and things like that. So I've got them all. I'm going to get a little A5 ring binder for them. But yeah, Vexalia. But no, GMB. I went to for my, even though he doesn't have pictures of the English Civil War ones up, there's a couple. Based on the quality of the other ones, I went for that.
Yeah. See, that always worries me. It's like, when I first started out, when I didn't know what I was really doing with flags, when I couldn't see a picture of them, I was a little bit worried. So I'd have to then go on Google and look for that flag specifically to make sure it would fit and what it should look like when it comes, what I expect it to look like. But it's been quite interesting. But I tell you what, there's a new little segment. So in the description below, you guys will see we've got the link to the Plastic Crack Podcast Facebook group, and we asked last week for people to go on there and show us what you've been painting, and we'll feature some of them in tonight's episode. So I've gone on there and I've taken some pictures off. We'll go through and we'll just have a little chat about each of them and just see what we think. And we'll start off with.
Can you remember who they are?
I've put it down.
He's handily done that as the file title. I did.
Yeah,
done. That is thinking ahead.
So okay, so we got it now. I'm just going to put up 2 minutes. Let me just put up now because we're going to be doing Carl Merritt, the sponsor of tonight's video from Mezzers Miniatures. He's not. So he's put these guys up. You guys probably know a bit better. Are these like fantasy-esque sort of things because he's got a bat on his head, or are they actually? Like, would you say they are like medieval, aren't they?
They're old foundry ones, aren't they?
Yeah, foundry. Yeah.
Yeah, they're old foundry. Are they Bretonians or something like that?
So. Yeah, something like yeah, they're nice though, aren't they? I
don't think they would have had the bat, but I think the others wouldn't be too far off. Probably a real...
No, I like the middle one. I like the pose on that, and I like the one. He's swinging an axe or something, isn't he?
Yeah, it looks like they both got the two each side have got axes.
Yeah, he's swinging an axe. quite like that pose, the charging with the axe.
I'll say the car. I love the yellow he's used on those guys. It's really crisp.
That is nice.
Difficult color to get that crisp.
Oh yeah, pink undercoat. I'll go with pink. But yeah, so that's the ones from Carl. We've got your mate Alec, Dom.
Yeah,
He's been
that's
doing,
his
Austrians.
Austrians.
Austrians, good man.
Yeah, good on him. He's working well. He's always Alex really self-effacing when it comes to talking about his painting. He always says how bad it's not that great and what have you. But actually, they're actually really good. When you look, he shows some close-up in the video he put up of them, and they do look really nice. And I look forward to hammering them with my Cleve Berg at some point. When we can get out and play.
No, exactly, yeah. So guy who follows me is Steve Reese. He does a lot of he does a lot of smaller bits and bobs. So he's got 2 mil.
2 mil. 2 mil. I mean, I thought 6 mil was bad enough, but
he's a 6 mil up, but there's some 2 mil there. But yeah, I love that pose with the knife. He's just got the banners over his shoulder like that. I think that's awesome. Really, really, really nice. But yeah, it's nice to see, different bits. So you can just see, 2 different aspects of the hobby there. You've got something really small like 2 mil, and then you got a nice, I think it may be a 54 mil or 75 mil. Is that? It looks so big compared to the 2 mil stuff.
You got no sense of comparison, have you? Because from the 2 mil, it's really difficult to know.
Yeah, they're like ants. He's just going to.
Yeah. It's like I am God. But yeah. Then we get on some really cool stuff. So Andy has done these.
Yes.
Polish hussars.
Yeah.
I think it's early 17th century.
Yeah.
Oh, they're so good.
They are. They are. I have a bit of a thing for the winged hussars, as you might tell by that picture behind me. I do like them, but I've never actually pushed a button on buying any because I basically, I know if I buy, I kind of just want to own them as a unit. There is a 54mm model that I've seen of them. It's the only 54mm model I've considered buying. Because they are just a lovely looking unit. I love all the pendants as well. It just looks amazing.
It does, doesn't it? It's done some really nice basing work there as well.
Yeah, I was gonna say that basing looks fantastic. Really, really good stuff there.
Yeah.
Oh, so many materials been used as well. Oh God.
we're gonna get Steve started here.
Steve's gonna start
funny looking at that.
Then we go to complete opposite. We go to World War II Germans. So you again, camo work on these from Brendan is absolutely awesome.
Oh, fantastic! Big props for attempting SS camouflage, my man.
Oh yeah, I think it's come out really well. To be honest with you,
yeah, it has.
I did the detail on that rifle, right? He's done more detail on one rifle than I've done on any weapon. But because I just can't. I mean, Ken will tell. I just it's wildwood and then one bit of silver down it, and then that's it. But they look fantastic.
They do look good, don't they?
My method. But they do look good, yeah.
No, they do.
Yeah, I really like them.
Yeah, I love the camo on the left on the jacket. It's just look, you can look at it. If you look at it like proper, he's gone like 3 colors. So he's highlighted the brown around the outside. It's just like what have you done with a 28mm miniature? It looks absolutely awesome. But then we move on to Martin will know about this. Matthew.
Numidian elephant. That is.
Yes, we do like a bit in Nelly. It's quite. I like that as well because he's got it on a large base. I mean, I don't know what system he was planning on doing it for, because I did mine on a similar size base for Impetus, and he's done well. I took my nod from Ken, so I don't know if he did that, which is putting the model so it's not facing directly forward. So you've actually got that little bit of room so you can see a bit of the side from the front. I just think it looks really nice.
It does look when you offset things, it does look nice because then you've got just not that forward face, and I think it adds a bit more life to the model.
Yeah. I would argue that those elephants are the best Victrix kit, and I've done a lot of Victrix. I'd say those elephants are, in my opinion, their best kit. Because it's just fantastic. The stuff you get in it, the range and the spares, the fact it covers 4 different armies.
It's plastic as well, isn't it?
It is.
That's even the other cooler thing is it's plastic. And then I save. Well, this was my favorite of the week. This is my personal favorite. Was from Jason. And
that's awesome.
Yeah,
Coeur de Lion.
I was like, oh my God, yes. Because he's inspired me that much. I'll show you in a minute what I've got out, but he's inspired me that much. And he's got 2 pictures. So he's got that one, and he's also done these bad boys as well. which look at those
Nice.
shields, man.
Oh, that's seriously good. Those
Yeah.
shields are awesome.
Beautiful stuff, isn't it? Absolutely beautiful. But yeah, well done, guys. Thank you very much.
Are they Fireforge? Are they Fireforge knights?
They look like it. Jason, if you're in the chat, mate,
They look like it. Yeah.
Yeah, they look like
the Richard is, isn't it? I was looking at Fireforge because of Dom's stupid videos. I've been looking at more because of Dom's stupid videos, Carl's V&V stuff. I was looking at more and more Crusaders. Then I was watching a documentary about the Kingdom of Jerusalem, just generally, and I was hovering over the buy button on Fireforge on V&V. It's like no.
Good job you weren't watching it. Is it the last Kingdom?
No, Kingdom of Heaven.
Yeah, Kingdom of Heaven.
Yeah, I think funnily enough, I did watch that the other day. I think that is I was watching the director's cut. That film I think that film gets a bit of unnecessary flack, but I do enjoy that because I still think
is it?
I just think I think it's good for what it is. I think people were expecting another Gladiator-esque thing, and I think Ridley Scott went a bit all philosophical, and then the studio cut it to pieces, and then he did a director's cut. I actually don't think it's that bad. I quite like all the stuff in it.
No, exactly, yeah. But guys, thank you very much for putting those on the
cheers, guys.
Group. If you want your pictures shown, get them over on the Plastic Crack Podcast Facebook group, and
or if you're not on Facebook, send us to them on Discord because there's a couple of people who aren't on Facebook. Yes. Just bug it to us on Discord or email. You'd emails below.
Yeah, the emails below as well. So so tonight's subject, guys, is hobby highs. So that's what I thought we'd go with. But we do have one thing I was thinking of, and I've lost it. I'll tell you what we should do first is say hello to people in the comments. So let's go through. So I'm going to shoot through these really quickly. So hello, Culloden, Road Troopers in the house, Imaginary Conflicts. How do you know? Holy ho, neighbours. Lionheart's in. We've just been looking at you, mate. Enemy in sight. So you're right, buddy. Ricky Turner's here. Evil Jim Reaper. Wayne Broadhead's here. Old Schooled is in the house. Corey's here. Granapego. Have I said it right?
I think it's pre-go, but you're getting there.
You're getting closer every week. Well done.
Ricky said it. Ricky said, "Is it in French?" I wish. We got Gusty's War Game. I haven't seen Gusty before. Have you?
Yeah, Gusty. Yeah.
Oh, Gusty. Yeah. Battle Knights is here. John Crome, you all right, buddy? Leslie's in the house.
Hey,
friends of General Haig.
Yeah, Leslie. Simon
Hill's here. Hamster's in. Duncan FX is in the house. Matthew Hogg's in. Nick Games. I bet, is that Abel? I'm really sorry if I'm pronouncing your thing. Central Florida, checking in. Varnish your minis, you barbarians.
Yeah, too bad. He was very, very upset at you two.
Horrible people. Oh, do you know what? I actually went, just on the back of that, I went and I started making bullet points about why you should varnish your miniatures. I nearly made a video about it. And I was gonna have your two faces up as like on a most wanted poster.
Yeah. I think you should still do that.
Yeah. Granite Dark Space saying hello. Leslie's asking me where my ships. You saw him, Leslie. You should wait before you comment.
I think you've been busted there, mate. Yeah. Sorry.
You and Aaron Lowe are in the house. The Stoonic Steve. Graham's here. John Clark, if I haven't said hello. Nick Games. NI Miniatures is here. You're right, Jay.
Hey,
Jay. I think that is it for the minute. Okay. Right, guys.
Good grief.
Yeah, lots of people, and I've kind of caught up with the chat at the same time, which is really helped. And John Batchelor's here, and Ozzy Mozzie is here, and Peter Little.
Ozzy Mozzie, I love it.
I like that is a cracking name. That so I do like that. But yeah, welcome guys. So hobby highs, gentlemen. What are we thinking on this subject then? Do you want to start us off with that one, Dom? Or
you said you'd come to me last.
That's I did. To be fair, do you know what? I did actually say that.
Yeah.
What have I done with this? I have really screwed this up somehow. Our pictures have really gone small. Oh, that's why. I'm being an idiot. There you go. Sorry. I'm being the amateur this week. Right. Yeah. So we'll go to Steve, I think. Go on, Steve.
Hobby highs.
Hobby highs,
for me,
mate.
it's
go on.
all around kit bashing and converting.
Yeah.
So it's when, for me, it's if I've spent a long time trying to get a certain look, and eventually it just sort of pops into place. There's no for me, from a kit bashing perspective, having an idea in your head, rummaging through all your bits and pieces, and then coming out the other end with the finished product. That's a hobby high, because there's I can spend hours doing it. I can really spend hours just. I mean, remember that Saturday afternoon when I was cutting up those metal miniatures?
Yes.
And adding bits of plastic to them. I was at that for ages, and it was really enjoyable. You know, big cup of coffee, some decent music on, and a bit of kit bashing. Yeah, can't go wrong. That for me, when kit bashing ends up the way you want it to look, that for me is a definite hobby high.
Oh, 100%. It's a nice thing, isn't it? It's one of those things you're really passionate about as well, Steve, isn't it? Passion seems to go well with hobby highs, doesn't it? So it's like your favourite moment that you'll always remember it, won't you?
What I like about it as well, from the kit bashing side, is when people leave comments on my videos asking me for advice about stuff. And I'm like, there's people out there so much better at this lot than I am. But it's really nice when people ask you advice. So I think it's for me, it's seeing it in practice and in theory and it working, but also people going away and doing their own, having seen videos or seeing your figures or what have you, going away and having a go themselves and seeing what they come up with. Yeah, it's just a great feeling.
Yeah, definitely, mate. I've got to agree with you there. It's 100% one of those things. And like I was saying, it's all, everyone's hobby highs are in a different thing. It's like imaginary conflicts put here. He's put, for me, my hobby highs are strong smelling glues and a poorly ventilated room. We're not talking about we're not talking about those highs, but yes, I think people are understanding.
But he's right, you know.
He is, and
also, no, he is right.
Yeah.
Please do not use strong glue in a non-ventilated room. It's not a good start.
Save it for pure recreational means. Oh, sorry.
Yes.
No. Yeah.
No, not recreational, but yes. But no, Steve, it's like I say, I don't think any of us are going to have a matching hobby high. So, what about yourself, Martin?
Well,
Bang!
I was opening some glue, so I'm just closing it. Hang on.
You needed some artificial stimulus.
Yes, I needed some. No more. Well, what is he still got my name as the Snowman? Yep, that's still there. Right. Well, my latest hobby high was when I ordered this product from. Honestly, if you were saying what's one of my greatest hobby highs, would be when I had a game of. I can't remember what edition of Warhammer Fantasy it was, but it was before it turned to Age of Sigmar. But if we talk about a gaming high, I played Dark Elves, and I was one of those horrible people that like seeded assassins through all of his units. But I just went with one, and I kitted him out with absolutely everything on a bit of a glass cannon strategy, hoping that my friend who I was playing against would send. I can't remember what the name of the orc was, but the biggest, baddest orc in fantasy that you could get who wasn't riding a dragon. And he did, and he appeared, and he just killed him straight away in like turn 2. And I remember it's the only time my friend ever said to me, "Can you actually show me where you wrote down that he was in that unit, please?" And yeah, that was it. But if you talk about sort of highs, generally my highs are when I complete the basing, and usually when I take the photographs once I finish the unit, and it all comes together, and having it all on the table and just having a game with it. And to be honest, but I agree with Steve. Since sort of doing this YouTube thing and getting to know you guys, I've started, especially with the Wars of the Roses, I've been sort of getting emails and questions of people like actually asking me advice, or can I help them research stuff, and I love it. I really enjoy helping people out, and or finding out a bit of information or sharing it, which I think is something that I felt was missing from the community. quite a bit before I got into YouTube. It might have been that it was always there, and I happened to just not see it. But I found that through the sort of the grander YouTube community and then in Discord, I just really enjoy the sharing and then seeing other people's projects through YouTube, projects that they're doing that you've helped or you've given advice on, and you don't expect any acknowledgement, and they give you, and you can see their projects build, which I think is really cool.
Isn't it a funny one though, Martin? When you like, I've seen on like people's pictures and stuff, and they've mentioned like how they've painted something because of my tutorial or my guide. Like I can account there are probably a lot of old guard out there that are probably painted exactly the same as yours, and it's one of those nice things to see it, isn't it? It's just really nice. To see.
It is. Or you get a nice message just saying like I got one about those old guards saying I was really intimidated by the thought of doing this until I watched this, which I don't know. I kind of was like, okay, don't know quite what those, but yeah, that's the whole point. And I made those videos was because all of the old guard videos I'd seen up until that point had been mega detailed, 45 minutes of miniature. They look amazing, much better than I could ever paint. Yeah. But that wasn't what I was trying to get across in that video. So when someone said I used this and I've done 3 battalions, that's awesome. You know, so yeah, you're right. It's nice. I see the same thing. So when I came to do my World War II stuff, I watched all of yours and Steve's videos on how to do it. Funny enough, I was watching Dom's video earlier because I've got a water base to paint. Yeah. So and his video was out before yours, so I'll watch yours when yours comes out.
It might have been better, Martin. Don't worry, it's fine.
Hey, but no, it is nice, isn't it? And like you say, Martin, it's one of those things, especially with YouTube. I've got to agree with you. It's turned into part of the everyday hobby. Now, I tried to think back to myself, and I thought, do you know what? It's been nearly 2 years since I started doing YouTube, and I'm thinking, can I remember the hobby without YouTube and doing videos? I'm just trying to think how much more I'd have got done, but I wouldn't have got more done because I wouldn't have had the motivation there to do it.
I was thinking the same thing. Yeah. Before I started running the channel, my only real outlet or any kind of like interaction with the community was largely through the Bolt Action Facebook group, and that was pretty much it. I didn't really have any kind of interaction. But now through the channel, I use YouTube, I use Instagram, I'm on Twitter. So there's lots of different avenues for people to interact with, which if you'd have said to me 2.5 years ago, oh, by the way, Steve, you'll be on Instagram and Twitter, I would have probably swore at you.
What is with Instagram? Just on a side note, I joined Instagram a week ago and I have no idea what's going on.
No,
I have no clue.
I got Instagram and I have no idea. I uninstalled it. It's like you use Twitter a lot, Steve, for your hobby stuff, man. We'll have to have a chat with you. Yeah, because it's like, are you part of like groups and do you follow like people and do they see stuff? I just don't know how it works, mate. I'm not gonna
Martin,
Twitter.
How old is your oldest kid, Martin?
4.5.
Almost at the right age to tell you how to use Instagram, so you're fine. Sorry, Steve.
No, with Twitter, what I found was when I first started, I was sort of anonymous. You kind of go in completely, no one who you are. So it just involves following a lot of people and putting correct sort of hashtags on your posts. I don't really. And some people
hashtag plastic crack or something.
I haven't tried that yet. I might have to do that. I did it with because Big Rich. He promoted it on Twitter. But it's useful. I'm in contact with a lot of people, and I know Twitter's got a kind of a reputation of being really pretty toxic. But I've never found really positive people on there. Get a lot of people sharing your work as well. That's how it works. You retweet, you share everyone's work. And it's just a really nice little community. So I'm still getting used to it though. I mean, I'm not a prolific. What would be the right word? Tweeter or
Twitter?
Tweeter.
Yeah, Tweeter. Yes. So I'm not overly prolific, but I do engage in there. Looking at other people's work. So it's quite a helpful platform. but I don't use it as much as I probably should.
Oh, okay. Well, it's
It is.
interesting.
Can I just say, just we're in here, that I think Matt Mail has won the comments, because he's just said, can I just put this comment up? He's just said, my hobby high is 8 p.m. every Monday.
Does he want a prize for that?
I don't know. Ken, you're going to send him one of your little brown bags?
Send him a brown bag.
10. It's cost him a tenner. 10 bag.
Can't charge someone for leaving a compliment.
That's how they know we're not biased.
Oh my lord!
But just before
there is some logic in there somewhere.
Yeah. Before we go on to yours, Dom, what we're I'll just go through some of the comments quickly. So, John Chrome's put here, he just loves painting the minis and seeing them in mass diorama, and Boney's Miniatures has agreed with him there.
Yeah.
Lionheart's put, my hobby high is finishing a project and seeing all the miniatures laid out complete. Yeah, that is very nice, actually, to be fair. Ricky Turner has gone the opposite way. He's put high, getting a new pack of minis, then it's downhill. So he gets his hobby high from actually buying the miniatures, which is an
interesting one.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Evil Jim Reaper's put, my dad got me into the hobby, so it's when we get a chat, etc. And now a 2-year-old is obsessed with lizardmen, and definitely a high this week. So that's always nice, isn't it? What else we got here? Aussie Mozzie has put, hobby high for me is visualizing how I want the diorama or display board to look, like bringing all the pieces together so it's more or less matches my vision. That's quite a smart idea. Andy Roos put, hobby high, Waterloo re-fought in Glasgow last year. The spectator loan was amazing.
Oh wow, yeah, fantastic.
Yeah. And high, I can actually chase down the first game with my new army, so it's good. They always lose. Yeah. 2 years ago, yeah. Oh, it's 2 years ago. He's corrected himself. 2 years ago.
Yeah, of course. We didn't have a year last year, so we know.
Yeah. No, that's it. Miller's turned up. Hello, Miller.
Hello, Miller.
Obviously, Matt Mel. And what else we put here? Just enjoying a game. Hammers on the painting tables put, just enjoying a game with mates, etc. Win or lose, a couple of beers. Yeah. That's it.
Oh, can I add one?
Yes.
One of my hobby highs last year was meeting Ken in the flesh for the first time and kicking the stuffing out of him at Black Powder. Sorry, that's it. I don't think we mentioned it last week, so I had to say
no.
And you know that we're contractually obliged to mention it at least.
It's only
once
in the first. Again, I will put it was only in the first game, and in the second game, I fucking destroyed him.
True. It's very, very true. It's very, very true.
It was close in the first game, but the second game, it was no contest.
It's true.
But sadly, that
one of them is on YouTube.
Yes, sadly, that one didn't get recorded, did it?
Sorry. Anyway, I wanted to co-op that.
Yeah, no, that's fine. As Peter Lutz put, as I don't use social media apart from watching on here, I'd like to take this opportunity to thank Dom and his helper Martin for his book recommendations. So there you go, gentlemen.
Oh, you're welcome.
Very welcome. Very welcome. We need your help.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So Imaginary Complex put, before I started my channel, I literally only put paint on a mini twice in the previous 5 years. I painted more in the last 4 or 5 months than I've done in nearly a decade. There you go. What got you? It was the channel that got you definitely into doing that. It's a good thing, isn't it? It's a nice motivator. I've got to admit, sometimes it's hard when you've had a long week at work, and sometimes it's really hard to get a video down if you haven't recorded one in advance. And sometimes you know what, I've turned into the thought of, I'm not going to do one this weekend. Before I'd really worry about it, but you know, I've missed out on some weeks of not doing a video because I've just wanted to just do some normal painting and stuff. And that's it. It's a nice one when, you know, I might paint something that I don't think people are really going to enjoy on the channel, or try stuff out because I want it to look nice. But when I do it on the channel, it's like I will do a middle guard Fusilier Chasseur paint video as well. But I wanted to get it down to a T before I actually did it, before I release it on there. Because there's loads of different things, but yeah. What we got here? Anything else, or are we going to go to Dom? Oh, John's put, looking at other painters' work is very inspirational, just showing that others have better skills. It depends on what you call better skills, because, you know, Martin will probably agree that mine and Dom, I think I think my Martin and Dom, I don't know if you're the same, Steve, but I think my Martin and Dom's philosophy on painting is for it to look good and just get it on the table as quick as possible. We're not too fussed about, absolute detail. But Steve, I think you just paint more detail naturally anyway. I think your miniatures are definitely more detailed naturally. Like, look at those landscapes.
I never used
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, they are something else. I've put more detail into them than I'd put into probably 3 bolt action sections. I just think it for me. Just going back to about people who say who compare them. Never ever compare yourself to anyone.
No, you're
the fact that you that from my perspective, the very fact that you're putting paint onto a figure is you've succeeded straight away there. If you've taken the effort and the time to paint a figure, more props to you. It doesn't matter
100%.
whether you're a great painter or I mean, I consider myself to be a very, very average painter, but I enjoy it.
You're not. You are a pretty good painter.
So I mean, I'm always. In fact, someone comment on my last video, and he said something like, "I don't know why you're always criticizing your own work, because you always do good work." And I'm like, I am my own worst critic when it's the painting, though. I always find mistakes and things that I could have done better. So the fact that people are painting for me is the main thing.
Yeah, this is it. I'll tell you what, I'd rather play against if someone thinks they got a poorly painted army than play against a plastic army any day.
Yeah,
Jesus.
that's it. I mean, yes, you're right. I like to get them on the I get them on the table, but I love researching and painting those little details. Like I wouldn't bother doing all the livery if I just wanted to do that. I think there's a balance to be struck between everything. So because I've seen some people have commented on my things just saying, I can't bring myself to paint those 3 lions, for example, on Herbert. It says, well, don't bother them.
No,
he didn't wear it all the time. I've just chosen to do it because I'm confident that I can do it. But it shouldn't stop you getting it. Just getting it to a level you're happy with to put it on the table.
Exactly. It's like my middle guard. Yeah, I should. I could paint golden eagles on them on their Shakos. I'm not going to because I've just tried it. I tried it on one this afternoon and it didn't look right, and it looks better black for me. I'm happier with it like that. They've got their flag, so I know what they are. But yeah, no, I've got to agree with you there, man. You are right, and I like to spend a little bit of time, and you're probably the same on characters.
Yeah,
main characters. Yeah. It's nice to do an officer or something a bit more detailed. I would never, ever, I don't, especially with Napoleonics, paint every single infantry man to the super high standard.
No, I do.
Way.
If there's so like on command bases, I might do a little bit more just because I make them as little dioramas, but for the rank and file, it's like these guys I'm working on now, these Firelock, these storming party. I think I've done them to what I would call a good tabletop standard. They've got 4 layers on the faces, so I don't know what that counts as, but
I would probably say that's a pretty high standard.
I'd say it's high standard. Yeah.
But to me, the problem with these is it all comes down to the model because there's only one pose. I've got 12 men with one body. Yeah. So I've had to vary it with different headgear, doing some kit bashing, and the only other way I can see to vary it is by the paint job, to change things up a little bit. So there's some of that as well.
No, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Sorry, I need to get rid of that. It's a habit. But yeah, no, it's one of those things. Dom, I'd say you are definitely the more of the get it on the table, isn't it, Dom? That's what it's all about, isn't it?
Bloody rude. I think they're absolutely fantastic.
Get them on the table. They look.
Yeah,
no, but
you're
what I mean.
absolutely right. I'm
get them on the table, isn't it?
It's for me, and it gave me a chance to think through what actually I love about the hobby when you were all talking about the different bits, and I like all the different bits you talk about. Certainly this sort of hobby experience of doing the channel and doing this and just helping people out is great. Really enjoy it, and more than I thought I would. Really enjoy that kind of stuff. But fundamentally, I love gaming. I'm a shallow being. I like to play with the toy soldiers on the table. So my whole reason for painting huge numbers of figures is so that I can get them out on the table. And that's what I love. I said before, I was lucky this week to do 2 Zoom games. And it was so much fun. I'd forgotten, even though it wasn't the same as being in a room, doing it with your mates. But there was the same kind of banter going on around the table, that fun things, the stupid dice rolls when it's anything but a 1, and of course it's a double 1 and all that kind of crap. Just that sort of thing just gets me wet. I love all that. It's great fun. and that's what really drives me to produce the figures, because, I'm working on some Brunswickers here. Sorry, Steve. He's looking offended. He's not feeling well either, and I've just done that. I'm working on some Brunswickers purely because Jonathan and I had a game of Sharp Practice a couple of weeks ago, and I thought, and I picked up the Lardy Annual where they had all the 100 Days War army lists for Sharp Practice, and I thought, I'm going to do a Brunswick force to go with that, because it's driven by the game. For me, that is what drives it. So I want to get out and play, and I find, that when the world comes back to some degree of normality and we're gaming again, that's the good thing and the bad thing for me, right? I'll play a game down the club and I've had a great time, and then I'll rush off and buy another unit to put in the army to play next time. Yeah, and that's what drives it.
Honestly, though, lads, it's been a real complete opposite for me, Dom. Now recently, it's so strange because I used to love going and playing a game every single week. You had to get a game in every single week, and since lockdowns and all that sort of stuff, I've really enjoyed the painting and model aspect of it now. I looked back. I haven't gotten, but I've got the original miniature I ever painted, and I looked at the difference. I just took out some of my Napoleonics that are up behind me now, and I just took them out and I looked at it, and I looked at this first guardsman I ever painted, and I thought, Jesus, I've come a long way in 2 years. No, it's 3 years now, coming up 3 years. And I thought, this has become a massive part of my thing. Because when I first started, it all used to just be grey plastic. Never used to paint anything. I just wanted to play the games. But I really like coming up yours on a Friday and playing games. Love it. I love coming up to the bunker and having a beer and just after a week at work, like you say. But it's not really bothered me that much, because I know I think it's more the fact that I just want as many Napoleonics to take up Martin's when we go. Because last time I went, I had 1 battalion ready to go, didn't I? So if I rock up now with 20.
Well, that's it. 20 battalions. The more, to be fair, the more you have that you can get out, which means I don't have to sort them out. Is
that's an advantage.
That is preferable. Yeah.
Exactly. Well, at the minute, I'm pretty confident to say I've probably got about 15.
Cool.
And that's not including horses.
What, so painted?
Painted. Done.
Cool. Good.
I've got enough. I've got enough. And I'm doing more as we speak.
Well, I am looking forward. So if anyone is curious, the plan is that when lockdown does end and we have this game, which I think Dom and Steve's always welcome to come down, and I would love him to just kick the shit out of Ken in the game, not like just take him out of the street and just batter him.
That was the only reason he was coming.
I'm like some kind of hired goon now. Am I?
Yeah, just come down, just take him out like Fred Flintstone with the cat, and just chuck him out the house. But no, the plan. If we've got potentially a big, we went before the second lockdown happened in November. I had a scenario written which was actually going to take place in 2 parts. So we'd fight effectively one side of the battle in the first part, and then the other side of the battle on the second part, and then total up all the victory points throughout it and work it out. So
down when I was meant to
so was Dom. And it was actually, and then he announced it the week before it was going to happen, didn't he?
Boris thought all fun. He heard about it and he said, "Right, we're going to do it that day, just before we
heard about." I've heard about this crack-con. Either you can go or you can't go. And it was you can't.
So you've done France and you've done Boris tonight.
What, was that Boris? Really?
It's like Alistair McGowan in here. It's
great, isn't it? But yeah, no, I can't honestly, I can't wait, and I can't wait to get them. It's going to be nice to get them on the table because I had quite a few battalions with you, Dom, didn't I? I had about 7 battalions last time I saw you.
Actually, 5 or 7, something like that, wasn't it? You had all your a couple of Italians, I think, and some Frenchies.
Some Frenchies. Yeah, that's what I mean. And
they did sod all. It was just my Cleve did all the work, but that's fine.
Yes, they did actually. To be fair.
It was that. So is that your gaming high? Is that your high then, Dom? Your hobby high? Is that getting them on the table for the game? Is that what you would say?
Yeah, basically. I mean, I'm just trying to think back and thinking about all the things through the years I've been gaming. The things that really excite me, and it's all about the games I've played. So it's things, somebody was saying about the big game, the big Waterloo game. I've mentioned it before on the channel years ago, when we started out. But I remember doing a big battle in a church hall outside Oxford somewhere, which was an entire refight of Waterloo in 28mm. I think we're using Grand Manor rules, and I was Wellington, and that was just absolutely, it's one of those moments you just look over the battlefield and you see thousands and thousands of beautifully painted figures.
It's nice, isn't it?
A few months later, we did one of the, I forget which, I think it was Wagram, and again, fantastic, whole hall over an entire weekend fighting games. But then again, I could also remember all the times of, just having, down the club and just having a right old laugh or just stupid things going on, going to salute or warfare or whatever it may be, and yes, even having Ken up to the bunker and playing the game and all the stupid stuff that goes on. So, that to me is what I love about it. It's that banter, that's that laugh, it's the friends you make. And, exactly. On Sunday night, I played with a couple of old buddies that I haven't seen because of the lockdown, obviously I haven't seen them for a year. But even before that, I haven't seen them for a good couple of years or more. And I used to see them all the time. One of them I gamed with all the time. And, we had it was just great. We played a game of Sharp over Zoom. It was just playing silly soldiers, talking about what's happening with the family and how people are up to, and then say, when we can, we'll meet up for a few beers and do it for real. That's great. I love it.
This is it, isn't it? This is it. And it's just it is sadly missed. It will come to an end. We'll get there in the end. But
I suppose
it's on its way.
I suppose I should add getting my wife to play a war game as a high. I suppose I should do that.
You just are in case she's doing that. You are.
I don't know. Like I say, I know we talk about it, but part of me does regret it because now she beats me. And
I've met Hayley, right? I've met Hayley, and she's a really nice person. And I can definitely see it's in her character to play it to crush your soulmate, like Wargaming.
100%. It doesn't matter what game we play. We bought my daughter really likes board games, and so we've got her into sort of junior games. So games like, I don't know if anyone knows the game Castle Panic or Catan. There's a kids Catan, which is for like 6 years plus, and it's good. But bearing in mind, we're trying to let my daughter, to win. If Hayley just goes out and just goes on this really aggressive, there will be no mercy. There's no mercy. No, I don't care who's in charge of Spooky Island.
She's Cersei Lannister.
She thinks that Cersei was weak. Hayley thinks that Cersei is too emotional. Hayley is the kind of person who would basically say like she's basically that if Cersei had XL, she'd have been so much more efficient.
Fucking hell. Oh, yes, class. But yeah, no. But like I say, that is definitely a hobby high for you. I remember. I
think for me, my it's coming up to a year since I played Bolt Action. My last game of Bolt Action was in February last year.
Christ.
So I think for me, the next game of Bolt Action I get to play with my mate Ian that's going to be a hobby high. It's going to be like a return to sort of just throwing some dice around. I've not actually played a game of Bolt Action for a year, and it's just so strange. Yeah. The plus side being that I now have infinitely more armies 12 months later than I did last February.
Yeah,
but this is it, right? As for us hobbying wise for painting, this lockdown thing, as bad as it is for what it is actually really helpful, because when we come out of this, we're gonna have more minis than we've ever had in our lives.
I know.
We're not gonna know what to do with.
I know we, you know, it's been shit, and I'm not belittling it in any way, because for some people it's been terrible. It's been their ill health and what have you. But I think, and death and losing their jobs and all kinds of crap. But in some ways, it's actually made this hobby stronger. I think. I just feel that I know that we're in a little sort of bubble here of people, and the crikey, nearly 60 people are watching. But you know, it's kind of. It feels like the community is much stronger. I mean, I'm sure you guys all watch the same videos I do probably. And, you know, some of the video counts that are going up in terms of subscribe, you know, oh God, what's his name? I've forgotten. I watch his stuff all the time. Does lots of bolt action. He's just hit 2,500 subs. And it's like, wow.
Great, isn't it?
It's amazing. And so I think, you know, I know we're sort of forced to stay behind. Everyone's painting, everyone's doing stuff. And I think
at least we've got something to do in our hobby.
Yeah. And I think hopefully we can keep some of this connectivity going once we get back to normality.
Oh, definitely.
There's always gonna be the Plastic Crap podcast. This ain't
oh God. The thing is, I think you're right though, because what's been good is that because there's been so many people starting channels and content creators, is that before the lockdown there's a reliance on big content, as far as I could see, big content creators and companies.
Yeah.
And people just going, oh well, but now people had times in their hands. They were sort of saying, well, I'm going to make that video. I'm going to review this product before this big YouTuber does it, and that's fantastic, because you know it's always good to have another opinion. And you know, I mean, I don't really like the phrase "there's no such thing as bad content," because there is. There is. You know, I think that the more people are encouraged to start it, the better. And everyone knows what it's like those first. You know, the first few, or even the first 20, 30 videos, you know, it's just a slow grind and build, and it's a lot of fun. And then that's when you start to engage your community and you find your sort of rhythm with it. And it's and there's been more of that in the last year, or not even a year, than the preceding 5.
Well, I'll get back to some of the comments now. It's like I've just realised who Johnny Batchelor is, and it's Johnny B from
Johnny B. It's Johnny B.
Hello,
it's Johnny B, mate. And Johnny B is with Modelling for Advantage, and they do their own little podcast on a Tuesday night at 10 p.m. Kaiser keeps saying we start at 9, but we don't. We started setting at 8 o'clock. But I'll tell you what, it's been nice actually watching that, because you know it's something we can actually listen to now and take part in. Because I've seen you on it last week, Dom, as well, having a good old chat away and stuff. It's been really nice. But he's put for his hobby, like the last couple of years he's been with Kaiser, playing many games that he wouldn't have done otherwise, which is really cool, isn't it? And that's it. And it's one of those things. It's just a really nice thing to do. Plastic spear on the on the shit to put hobby low. I've just lost the plastic spear.
Oh God!
I feel your pain.
Do you know the worst thing about that is when you lose a head of a figure and you can't find it, and there's not a single spare one left anywhere,
or it's a small.
No, frigging hell!
I lost a Hanoverian, a complete Hanoverian, years ago, right? And that's why on one of my Hanoverian bases there's a dead figure. And when I was clearing up 2 weeks ago, I pulled out the whole bench, and there he was, just sitting there, just ready for his wash. Like the day I lost him, and that annoyed me because now I painted. I was like, do I bother prizing that thing off of the base and getting him on there?
Love it.
I think you should, mate. I think you should. But yeah,
you should turn him into a special figure of some sort. Like I don't know, what could he be? In sharp practice, he could be something like a holy man or a physic or something like that. But I don't know what you could do in black powder with him, but that'd be quite fun.
I'll think of something.
I'm just going to catch up with some of the comments we've got going. So Miller's put in, what period do you guys think looks best when it's all set up and ready, or even in the middle of the battle? Doesn't have to be your favourite period, but one that you think looks best. So that could include, I'm going to add in there, Miller, sci-fi and fantasy as well, if you think. Honestly, for me, it's a split between 2. So Napoleonics, I think looks really cool in either start or mid battle. And also, it's got to be Warhammer Epic mid battle. I think when you've got all that stuff on the thing,
Ooh, that's a good one. Yeah. Oh, okay.
It's 6 mil. If you're doing a whole battle scene, if you're doing like a whole chapter of Space Marines versus another chapter of Space Marines or Tyranid hordes or something like that, I love it. Steve will probably agree with me on that. Steve, I do. Like I say, we're going to definitely have a game of Epic, mate. 100% when we get a chance.
I've not played Epic Space Marines since about 1996. I was running a Chaos Space Marine army. I used to fight every Sunday against my mates, Dark Angels, regular as clockwork. Great days.
Yeah. It's going to be nostalgia for you, mate, when that happens. But what about yourself, Dom? What about you?
I'm going to put. I think Napoleonics. I think always looks spectacular. I've no idea what you're talking about with his epic stuff, so I'm going to
the little 6 mil stuff. The little 6 mil Space Marines.
I know. I'm taking the piss. I think it's got to be for me Napoleonics or English Civil War. I think visually both of those are spectacular on the table on mass figures. I just love the look of it, and I think both of those. I think medievals can look good as well, but I think for me I just love that massed ranks of troops, big columns and guns and things all deployed. I think that just to me just is so exciting as a game.
What about yourself, Martin?
It's pretty much been said. So yeah, I would say for start of the game and mid game, I would say Napoleonics. With all my friends who I play Black Powder with, they would say, because they let me paint it all and buy it all. They just play. They play with all of the stuff. They often say to people, Black Powder or any Black Powder period game is the best looking game that you will play. Yeah. I would say that. However, for the clash and for the melee, I'd say medievals, just for the pennants, for the cavalry, for the armor, the plate armor, smashing into each other. Be that whether you've got them on multi bases or single bases, and they're smashing together, and you have that melee look. I just think they look amazing.
Yeah, you got ancients as well, I guess, with the phalanxes and stuff like that. I think that looks cool.
Yeah, it can look spectacular. It's true. That's
cool. I mean, the thing is, it's that hard thing, isn't it? Because I think the way our heads are engineered as wargamers is mass battles look cool, but then I like having a really nice looking World War II battle with a bolt action or Operation Squad, and just having a few guys. If you've made that nice village with a cool objective and you've got your team of guys and it's cinematic, then that's just as appealing to me. And the same for sci-fi games like Infinity. If you've got like a really nice looking board, that can be good as well. Like it's so
Necromunda could be really, really cool if you've got the right board.
Yes.
Necromunda can look very cool if you've got the right board.
Well, I'll throw it out there, Steve. You War Machine, because you just get this mix of fantasy and sci-fi and steampunk with steam-powered robots like marching across the battlefield to just beat the other players' faces in, and that just tickles my sort of anime. Larger than life. I like that sort of plan. I think that suits things quite well as well.
Turn 4 or 5 in a game of War Machine where everything's just in the middle, just punching and kicking the complete snot out of everything. That for me always looks really good. It's a bit different, but always looks good.
The fact that in the rules you can put another big robot in a headlock, tear its head off, and throw it at somebody else and kill the enemy general that way—that's just icing on the cake.
No, that's it. No, that's cool, man. But yeah, definitely. Dom, I was going to come back to you for something, wasn't I? Before I started going through the comments, what was it going to be?
No, what were we talking about? You asked me my highlight. It's fine. We've done it. Yeah,
we've done it. Yeah, I did there. Yeah, we did there. Yeah.
I'm going to say though, I will come back on the whole thing about dioramas and things like that.
Yeah, go on.
I agree. I do think that if somebody's taken a lot of time to produce beautiful terrain, it doesn't have to be something they've hand built or anything else, but they've bought some stuff and they've made they've thought about how it's going to lay out and it looks good on the table, and then there's nicely painted figures amongst it. That just looks visually so good, doesn't it? I mean,
it does. Nick Games has summed it up right here. The only poorly painted army is a non-painted army.
That's very true. Very
Yeah.
There you go.
true.
There you go. You summed it right up, Nick. Nice comment, mate.
I think anybody who makes the effort, whatever they're doing, whether it's painting the figures, putting up some nice terrain, or even half decent terrain, it's like the old analogy of when people are out running and they look really unfit and unhealthy, and they say, but you're still beating the person sitting on the couch, and it's true.
Or you
and it's the same. At least you've made the effort. You've put the effort in around the whole figure thing. You've not just been lazy and pulled them out the box and stuck them down. And
I tell you what, like X-Wing. Shit on Steve's parade there. I think he's frozen, so he can't defend himself so quick.
I'm not frozen. I was concentrating. No, that was the thing I liked about X-Wing is that you got your thing, you open it, was like, yeah, done. In fact, the only ships I ever painted, I painted B-wings to have slightly different patterns on to the other ones. But for the most part, no, I just didn't. It was just, that's what I liked about it. It was, for me, X-Wing was all about just being immersed in Star Wars. I didn't want to ruin the ships by painting them. I just wanted to get those ships on the table as soon as possible and start blasting crap out of things. So, bit of a different approach to the normal thing, but cracking game.
That's very unlike you, Steve, isn't it? Because you love fiddling around with your figures and doing your super bases, and and then one of the games you love the most is one that you just literally pull out the box and play.
Get it out of the box, put it on the table, and just play for an hour.
Exactly.
I think it's because there's no for me, you get a box of figures, you get a bolt action infantry section. It's going to take me a couple of weeks to get that to the tabletop. Whereas with X-Wing, I can go to the shop or get it on Amazon. The next rocked up, and I've got that ship good to go, and I can use it whenever.
Yeah, she's ready to go. That is a nice thing. But what I remember, because I'm going to forget and we've all forgotten, anybody that has purchased anything from Carl over at Mezz's Minis in the last week, can you please email him? That's a little service announcement. So if you have purchased something from Carl in the last week, can you give him an email, please? He will message you back. Thank you. Just while I
was going to on the painting, a good reminder, because I'd forgotten that as well. I was just going to say on the painting things, and it reminded me because I just saw he left a comment. It's spun up. Wardrobe plays World War II. He's been doing a thing about 20 minutes a day, painting 20 minutes a day, just 20 minutes a day. And working through a box set. I think he's got the Band of Brothers box set or something like that, and he's working his way through it, just doing 20 minutes a day, and seeing the progress that you can do just doing that. And I think that for those who a bit daunted by having a go at painting and getting on and getting their figures done, just setting yourself something realistic like that, 20 minutes a day, just bang. Yeah. Everyone can. Most people can manage 20 minutes a day.
I call it the soap opera break. It's when Haley watches a soap opera and I disappear.
Yeah. Do you know what's even cooler is you might find that because you're daunted by it, you do 20 minutes a day for the first week, and then all of a sudden you like the look of what you're doing, and then you do 30 minutes a day.
Gosh,
and then you end up doing an hour before you even know it, and you're like, oh, I love painting, and I can't stop. And I hate the plastic crap. I hate the plastic crap podcast because I'm now divorced, you bastards.
I'm now divorced. I've got no money, but my garage is absolutely rammed with figures. But it's all good.
Yeah, exactly.
What's this Miller put? I have a challenge for the four of you.
Oh God!
Christ.
Hang on. There you go. I have a challenge for the four of you, inspired by something Miniac is doing. Amongst yourselves, you need to choose a theme, a period, and then make a diorama with 4 minis, 1 painted each, and when you put them together, they make a scene. That's vaguely reminiscent of what I said last week after the stream, didn't I? For a one-off video, which was I don't know what people basically for a stream. We would do each. I think Steve might have disappeared by this point, actually. So he'll. But
I'm always. Can I just say I'm always in need of caffeine by 10:05, which is why I always beat a hasty retreat.
So basically, I said the idea that we all purchased the same model, of something that all of us are uncomfortable painting, or not uncomfortable, that sounds odd, like, something out of our comfort zone, be it like a massive troll or something, and then we have the 2 hours for the stream to paint it, and then we show it at the end.
Do you know what, lads? I just thought of something that we could actually do, and it's a classic Airfix Spitfire. An Airfix Spitfire.
Oh, please.
Oh. No, because
there you go.
Look,
we're an ME 109.
That's been sat on my desk for a year.
You can't do it now. You got to do an ME 109. He's got to build a new one.
No.
Did he say he's something out of his comfort zone?
No.
No.
But boat.
No. They got boats. I've just done a whole load of boats.
What could we pick? We could do rigging.
No. Just something. No, God, no.
I actually like Miller's idea of doing one figure that goes together. The group of figures that goes together, and there's a diorama, and we all do it individually. I think that'd be quite funny to see.
Do you know what we could do? Like Lord of the Rings do the Fellowship of the Ring. We could do the Plastic Crack podcast. So all 4 of us, like, represented in a figure each on like a Plastic Crack podcast, like throne sort of thing. Do a little diorama, like a little trophy. Steve could do the base.
You see, folks, what we have to go through. We hear this kind of stuff all the time offline when we're not streaming. He pitches all these ideas, and we have to listen through all this.
Yeah, so we all get a mini. We all have a mini that represents us. So for me, standardly, it would be the King of the Dwarfs. So yeah, that would be
where are you going to go with this one, Ken?
Yeah. I'm waiting with bated breath here to see what comes out. Yeah, come on.
Ideas. Yes. And we could all stand there looking like this. Like, yes. Yeah.
I'm just waiting to see how deep you dig this hole. I'm really curious, because I've got a lot of miniatures unpainted that could represent you.
I used to have one. He's called Kendall Gumbad, and he was a Imperial Guard. Oh Christ, what are they called? Ogrin with a club. I'll have to find a picture of him. But yeah, no, we'll leave it there because I will dig us in a hole.
If anyone, it's not a terrible. I'm kind of curious now to see what miniatures people would throw together to represent us.
Podcast,
put that one into the suggestion box, please. Anybody has an idea, that would be quite amusing to see what people thought. I don't know. So I'm going to change tack. I got a question for you guys.
No.
This came up. Oh my goodness, there she is. So this came up on one of the games this week when I was actually in a chat with my mate Graham after the game, and we were talking about videos and battle reports. And by the way, he loves all yours, Martin, which is really infuriating.
Oh, thank you very much.
Anyway, the one of the things he talked about was rolling of the dice, right? So. And it got us thinking. I'd love to know what people think. So when you're watching a battle report, do you like to see the dice roll, or does it not really matter?
Yes.
Yeah. Right.
Do you know what? We should do a poll. We should do a poll for this, shouldn't we?
I can answer that poll for you now through the comments that I got. Right. So the very first battle report I did, which people enjoyed, and is still, I think, one of my most watched videos. One of the comments was that I cut away from the dice too quickly and they couldn't see the results. And that came up more times than anything else, which I took to mean like we want to see the dice. So I played around with the idea of, should I put an overlay on the screen with the results? And I thought, you know what, I'm just gonna roll it and then linger on it. Ken will tell you when I filmed it, I'm like, don't touch that dice. Leave it there. Leave it there. Don't touch it. Let's see what it is. And then
it was a bit, interesting.
I was like, don't bring it up.
So on my videos, because most of them were done down the club night when that used to run, and obviously you got your opponent the other side of the table or around the table or what have you, and you didn't always get a chance to say, can you roll it in there and film it? So I just never bothered. And I actually genuinely haven't had that many comments saying, I wish I could see that. On my videos, but it was just something Graham.
But do you know what a ball ache? Do you know what a ball ache it is to actually?
I know.
to do for editing. It's like you have to film both at the same time, then you have to match them up and then fade one in and out. Oh my god, it's a nightmare.
I don't find it hard. I don't find it hard.
Oh, I think for Black Powder it works really nicely though. And this was one of the things we were talking about, the game systems and the way you play them, because it's, you know, I go, you go. So you're doing all the movements, so you can do your wonderful speeding up bit and then make everyone move quickly. And then you go into the rolling phase. So you can do it quite controlled, can't you? You know, rolling this dish so that, who was that? Somebody else was doing some games and they were literally rolling in a little tiny pot, which was unfeasibly small. But, you know, again, it was easy to see the result. And it just got me thinking. I just love to know what people think.
I suppose the thing is that, but then I would argue that there's different types of battle reports. There's a type of report sometimes that you do, Dom, which are more like sort of live play. Yeah. And there's the ones that I do, which obviously because I'm at home and because we're playing it here, I have that time. You're in a club setting with a time limit and an opponent that, you know, wants to play. So you can't necessarily control everything. So, you know, there's different types, isn't there, of games? You know, your games you have more of a commentary and, you know, there's lots of stuff going on and, you know, whereas, you know, my ones, I edit quite heavily. I don't change the results, but I edit. What I mean is, I wish I did.
You're crap at editing, mate. If you're doing that,
I know.
Right, so there you go. There is in the comments now a live poll. Go and vote. We'll check it out at the end of the stream to say yes or no.
Just to see what people think. Yes. I think you're right, though. It does depend on the type of game, and you're right. I mean, but that's basically because I'm filming generally in the proper days. I'm filming down the club. I don't want to interfere with people's games because they're there having their weekly game, and you know they're letting me film while I'm playing. And actually, the banter around the table is kind of fun. Don't laugh, Ken.
No, not that. I've just seen a comment. I'll show it in a minute.
God. So it's that sort of thing. But then it got me thinking because I was trying to film some of the Zoom games. And because I wanted to make it interesting for the players, you know, I'm moving all the figures. And obviously they're telling me what to do via Zoom. But to keep them interested, I'm getting one of them to turn the card. So we're doing sharp practice and tell me what's coming up next. I'm getting getting them to dice their own results because... you know, I want them to feel involved. Otherwise, you're just sitting there, you know, twiddling your thumbs.
No interaction, is it?
Yeah. But then from a filming perspective, it's really, you know, doubly hard because you're not unable to. I mean, you're on trust, aren't you, with people on the other end? So it's like, I threw 5 hits, and it's okay, brilliant. I'm going to trust them because these are guys I play with every week, and you know, they're
not Ken.
They're not Ken. But, you know, that's fine. But it got me thinking about this whole thing. And that's actually how the conversation came out, because Graham said, you should dice for everybody. And I thought, well, do I want to do that? I just think it's more fun that they dice. That's part of the fun of it. I mean, as well as moving all the figures, and it's the fact that those occasions when you roll a dice and you roll 666, you know, and destroy the enemy unit, or you conversely roll double ones, and that's the time you go, oh, shit, I remember that time when it was everything going for me and I managed to roll a crap roll. Whereas if somebody else did it, I'd feel really kind of almost cheated. So
you want to go, I want to roll that.
yeah. It's if I get it wrong, it's my fault. You know, it's the same thing as when, you know, when I don't know about you guys, but I hate not knowing what it is I need to roll.
Yeah, when someone says roll the dice and find out, it drives me nuts.
It's like it makes any difference at all, right? It's all random. But if I know I've got to roll a 6, then I want to know I'm going to roll a 6. I don't want to just roll it and someone go, that result is X. You know, so that's one of the things that just gets.
There's a funny video that Lindy Beige does about that, because he does a lot of D&D, and people won't roll the dice until they know what they need to get, and he's like, no, just roll the dice and then we'll work out whether you passed or failed or not. And I'm like, no, I need this and need that. And he's quite passionate about not knowing what you need to roll.
He's I agree. I've seen that video, and he's spot on. They don't like it. at all. At all.
I wouldn't be friends with him either.
No. So Matt Mel's asked here, he's put, what paint do you use for ginger/red beers? I use Gore Grunter Fur.
I was going to say that's a really good colour for ginger.
A very good colour. Very good colour for ginger.
Go on.
I was going to say it almost matches Ken's colouring. Almost.
Yeah, I'm going a bit grey, I'm not going to lie. Mrs. keeps pointing out to me there's a bit of grey as the hair's getting longer. 30 now, I'm an old man, so yeah.
There you go.
Shut
downhill from now.
I'd slap.
I tend to use Gore Grunter Third, but then I highlight it using Fire Dragon Bright. If you have a look at that Landschneck, well, no, he wasn't a Landschneck, but that big Moonstone guy I did a while back. I just like, because if someone's going to have a big red ginger beard, I want it to look big and red and ginger and not be maybe just a bit brown.
Yeah.
If you make it big and red, you might as well just go the whole hog and just
I agree with you, Martin. If you're going to go to a real, I mean, if I'm doing a fantasy figure or something, something that, I don't know, Wild Scotsman type figure, then I might well, sorry, Rory, I might well, do something.
That's stereotyping. You can't do that.
Yeah, I can. I just
Jesus.
did. I think that would work perfectly fine. I think, that then I'd want to do something a bit different. But I think for just the normal sort of, if you've got a line of troops and you just want to have a variety of hair colour, somebody who's a little bit ginger, then I'd use Gore Grunter every time.
Yes.
I don't think I've ever painted ginger hair or beard on anything ever.
You should, mate. Then you'll have me in your army. That'd be great, and you can get me killed.
But like I said the other week, I've never painted. The only dwarf I've ever painted was for Advanced Hero Quest. That was it. That was the only dwarf I've ever painted.
Oh my god! Oh dear, we get it. So we're coming on to the hour and 20, and in a minute we're going to do some news. So we'll get onto that. So don't worry, we are coming to it. But Tim's put a classic here. There you go. He's put, I'm 55 minutes behind you, but at least I sort of remembered you're on. Please warn me if Ken breaks into French later on, I can mute it. That's why I laughed a minute ago. Okay, I saw it and it just made me giggle. I can be Samwise Gamgee in the Lord of the Rings. You lot could be Merry, Pippin and Frodo.
Which one am I exactly?
I think you're Merry.
Oh, I could live with that.
I think you're Merry. Or you could actually no, you can be Pippin because Pippin's.
Sod that. Sod that. Is it? Sod that. Is it?
I need to find out. Actually, they put it a bit further up. It is there?
Is Steve going to be the ogre?
Yeah.
No, I was thinking, what are those big ungainly walking tree things? The
Ents.
Ents. I think I'd be an Ent.
Yeah, you could be an Ent.
Yeah.
Actually, you make a really good Ent. I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good idea.
Yeah, exactly. What else we got here? So yeah, the polls on. I don't do this separately. Film the dice. Both filming great. Mel, red, Aho, orange, cavalry, brown. Just moved over to Discord. But Alan Smith Hobby and War Games just moved over to Discord. Banned on Facebook for showing wound markers with. Oh, so yeah, that will get you banned. Yes, it certainly will.
Well,
I'm not even gonna. Yeah.
Do you know? So that brings up the question I put on the Facebook page, which again would be interesting to get people's opinion. But I'm not going to over-egg it. But when I was doing those German ships,
you were going to use that mark. I wouldn't say the name too much because it will.
It will attract attention. So
the algorithm won't like it.
The monster that is Google will not like you to use it. But I'm just saying in that because it seems a bit silly, really. So I'm trying to do look up what historically accurate sort of paint schemes ships had, or reasonably, and it transpires actually the Germans don't really have a particular colour scheme in the Second World War. It tended to be varied quite a bit. But the one thing that every book I've read pretty much agreed on was the fact they because they had an airstrike early on in the war, where a couple of their patrol boats were sunk by the Luftwaffe, they put these big red flags on the front and the back of all their warships with a white circle and that symbol that can't be named in the middle of it. And I said, well, if I'm trying to paint the ship sort of reasonably accurate, should I put that in there? But then there are certain connotations with that symbol. Quite a lot of connotations which you don't want to go down.
No, we can't game. We couldn't game with it, could we?
You would. I mean, you'd have to block it out if you were gaming with it. But also, you wouldn't want to offend somebody if you went down the club or went to a show or what have you, and you had your figures, and they were offended by that, would you? I mean, that's a pretty horrible thing. So, but again, people moan about historical accuracy of models and figures and stuff. But if you're doing that ship in that period,
you should have.
That's what it should have. I didn't in the end, partly also because I thought, how the hell am I actually going to manage to fit it in on that little bow and that little prow? But also because of that very reason, I thought, well, I'd have to block it out every time. And
we want to have some games with it, don't we?
Yeah, but it's one of those weird things. But you don't want to be talking about that stuff on YouTube.
No, definitely not. It's one of those things, unfortunately. Nothing. Oh, I like John. Nothing wrong with your French, Ken. It's all Dutch to me. Stoic Steve's put thanks for your book recommendations, Tom. Irene Napoleonic uniforms, painting my French now. Good man, Stoic Steve. Very good. Very good.
Wrong army. Good that they took the recommendation.
No, you sir are a good man. There is some beautiful middle guard here, and they thank you kindly. But chaps, it's like we're an hour and a half in, so I think it's time for a bit of news, don't you?
It is probably, yeah.
I think we've done our main chat, and I can't believe how quick it's gone. To be honest, an hour and a half. Jesus Christ, what's happened with the time? I'm just going to put Constable Gray I've seen people make really good aero identification flags on their German tanks with that symbol. That look really good. Same situation. Yeah, you got that.
Yeah, exactly right. And I agree with him. I've seen some really clever models.
I bet the YouTube algorithm as well doesn't like the Finnish version of that either.
Yeah.
I bet it doesn't.
Yes. Except it's the other way around, isn't it?
The
legs go the other way around.
It's curved as well.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Of course, it is an old Buddha. It's an ancient Buddhist symbol. So does that happen if you were doing something based on that? I don't know.
No.
Anyway, probably going too far into that topic.
Yes. Right. So news time this week, gentlemen. News.
Yes.
So, okay. Right. We're going to start probably with Steve explaining this.
Oh, he's going to get very excited. Is Steve?
He is going to get excited. So this has been announced and shown by Warlord. Steve, all yours, buddy.
I've been waiting for so many years. New British plastics or new Commonwealth plastics. Yeah, made up. And from what I've seen from the sprues, I've only got one gripe. One gripe do I have?
Oh, go on.
I don't like the Piat model.
Okay. You're entitled to not like the Piat model? Which one is it? It's not the overslung one again, is it?
Yeah.
It is, isn't it? Oh, you bastards. Yeah.
I was really hoping for... I was really hoping for like a fire one and an action one.
Yeah. Maybe you get... Is it not on the sprue?
I suppose... That would work. That would work if you put it on if you have both the guys running, it would work, I think.
Yeah.
Like they were relocating to a firing position. I think you can probably get away with it.
Yeah, but the airborne one's got it. The airborne one's got it already, isn't it?
Yes. Because that's the one I painted up last week. My British airborne. Again, just being held over the shoulder. Wasn't happy.
No,
you look at the I worry, but that aside, small gripe, I can live without.
They do a metal. They do a metal one, Steve, because I've got it. Firing.
Metal.
Yeah, I know. Don't get me wrong. I know what you mean, but it's actually not that bad. You could just use a metal Piat, couldn't you? Like its own.
Yeah. What I'm looking forward to is combining that kit with the British and Commonwealth infantry one.
Okay.
So like rolled up sleeves and stuff.
Has that got a firing Piat?
No, there's no pits in the. It comes with an anti-tank gun, no anti-tank rifle, but no Piat. But I think the arms and the rifles, the Tommy guns, I think you'd be able to create some really unique veteran-looking troops if you combine those two boxes. So yes, very excited. Much kit bashing is upon the horizon.
Yeah, I can't remember the original one. Steve, did that have a firing Piat or not?
It was completely separate. So you could, if you had the mental fortitude to do anything with that kit, you probably could make a firing one. Unfortunately, it just drove me to despair. So I just couldn't be bothered doing anything creative with it.
Yeah, no, it's
But
understandable.
small gripe aside, yes, very, very interested in this. So really looking forward to it.
No, exactly. So there's some more of you got some of the more of the infantry poses there about close. They do remind me of the paratrooper kits.
Yeah,
just by some of
a lot
the
of the poses are very
very, very, very. There's some new poses, like there's one of a guy in the top left section of him kneeling next to the bush and with a Tommy gun. They look a bit different, but the over the shoulder arms look very similar. But at least it's a new kit.
They do look nice, I have to say. The one thing I wasn't sure about on that whole thing was if you've seen the vehicles they're releasing at the same time.
Yeah, I saw the price of those two vehicles.
That's exactly the point I was going to make.
Holy crap!
Yeah,
really?
60 quid for the bridge tank.
They're resin, aren't they? They're going to be resin.
53 quid for the Churchill with the AVR. I mean,
go away.
That is ridiculously steep because it's not really going to play any part in the game, is it?
You know why? Because they're not going to sell many.
No, exactly. It's going to be made to order, probably.
Yeah, that's what that price is.
Wow.
That is. If that was 35, I'd deal with that.
Yeah, me too.
35, I'd say, that's fair price. It's a tank plus 15 quid for the extra.
That is a lot of lolly.
I'd be happy to pay with. If it was that expensive, no.
Well, you look at the prices there. Oh, I can see them on there. But I
bet you're only going to get them from Warlord as well.
Yeah, probably. Your box set is $29.50, and that bridge tank is 60 quid. So you could get 2 boxes of the infantry for the price of the one vehicle. I mean, that's just ludicrous.
Yeah,
that makes sense to me.
So the pre-order bundle, you can get the box plus the book for 50 quid. How much is the Start Army? 90 quid. So the 90
quid, yeah. So that's the one you showed initially, which has the tank, has the Churchill, and I think it's a 6-pounder in it, I think, as well.
So it'd be about 71 from other retailers.
Yeah.
But that one there, isn't it?
That's the Starter Army.
It's got Brin carrier as well, to be fair. There's a Brin carrier.
I think that's not a bad price, to be honest.
No, because you've got 2 vehicles.
See, all I'm gonna do is I've already got my British Army, so I've already got the medium machine gun, the mortar, the 6-pounder. I've got armor. All these are doing is replacing the infantry in my British Army already.
Yeah, that's a bit that's a bit cheeky actually. I didn't realise that they are actually the same metals, aren't they, for those 3?
Yeah, they are the old ones.
Yeah, they are the BEF because that's got the BEF jacket on. That's a bit. I wouldn't say it was a whole new army box then. I would say just the infantry box, isn't it?
Well, the infantry box is the new thing. Everything and those overpriced tanks.
So if they said Canadian Star Army, that means they must use Canadian. They've got to have Canadian decals, haven't they?
Possibly.
I would imagine so.
Hopefully.
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
Interesting box set, that's for sure.
Martin, you've been a bit quiet. What about these then? What do you reckon about these?
I reckon Victrix are a pain in the ass. I reckon that I'm just about to start painting. I'm doing my little challenge here of finishing all my Napoleonic cavalry, which includes another 2 boxes of Union Brigade cavalry, and they've gone and put up the renders for heavy dragoons. So there you go. Look, there's Scots Greys right in front of you. Now, comparing those, now I'm not getting into the sort of let's slag off other things, but compared to the Scots Grey, I mean, it's just the animation in them. I mean, they're just lovely, aren't they? But
they do look lovely.
So does So can I, under the challenge, get rid of my old box sets but replace them with this box set and still paint them?
Well, Martin, these aren't going to come out for quite a while, so you've probably got time to at least make a start on your box sets.
I'm not painting the Uni Brigade, getting rid of it and then painting it again.
I think what you should do is you should build it, paint it, then sell it because you get more money for it. Sell it to me.
It takes one British battalion. They do look nice. I mean, my only. Well, sorry, Dom, go on, because it'll probably be the same one.
I was going to say probably you're going to say the same thing about the heads. I think because you've got those heads, which is the helmeted ones, and then you've got the bearskin type ones for the Scots Greys. But apparently, there's no other options there, so you can't do the early period dragoons if you wanted to, which were bicorns, I think, and you couldn't do the. The one like the horse artillery. I can't remember what that one's called. So,
that is what I was going to say. Which warlord do the bicorns are in the warlord set?
Yeah, they do.
So no, it's just Victrix seem to be on a roll at the minute. They seem to they found their.
Do you know what? I haven't had a chance to compare though, dude. I haven't had a chance to compare. Are those horses the same as the Polish Lancers?
No, they've got different they've got different saddles and different.
They are different. I meant the horses themselves. The poses is what I meant.
No, I think they are slightly different. These ones, there's a bit more of a leaping.
Yeah, they are. Aren't they?
Yeah, they're not the same. I don't think they don't look like the same to me.
I'm just trying to compare. You know what? You know what? They might be. Apart from the tails, the actual horse-shaped body, they look very similar, but the actual tails, I think they've used the same sort of shape like the horse.
Right, the same core maybe, and then they've modelled the head and the legs differently.
The mane a lot longer on these, and
that would make sense. That would make sense.
Why would you use an asset that you've just spent all that time making? It would make a lot of sense.
They don't look obviously the same, that's for sure.
No. Well, to be fair, if it's a template and it works, most people aren't doing what I'm doing and collecting both British and French. So actually, you're not good.
I was going to say, now you say that horse with the trumpeter there, that is definitely the Lancer horse.
Yeah,
there's is it the officer or the trumpeter in the Lancers?
I don't think you can tell it at a glance if you mix them up.
No, I didn't notice until we just looked really closely. Yeah. So
it's only because they were just quite extravagant, aren't they? And they just look unique.
They look sweet, though. They look lovely.
They do lovely.
They do. It's just more stuff. I'm just waiting for them to do some. Yeah, they are. I'm just waiting for them to go into proper medievals and not Dark Ages. I'm waiting for them to break into the the high the 100 Years War of the Wars of Roses. Basically, you think you get a nice 60. I mean, I know Perry kind of got that. What else do you need apart from those Perry sets? There's so many possibilities. Can they be added to really?
Just different manufacturer would be nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
I think a little bit different. You got it with some of the V&V stuff, haven't you?
Yeah, and I've got those Steel Fist. We were talking about before the stream, which I'm which can be looking at. But I was just impressed that they were putting out another cavalry set.
Yeah, really sweet.
I think you put this one up, Dom, did you? So
I just thought people might be interested because Rich was talking about this the other day about the O group. So that's the small scale, it's battalion scale Second World War battles. So the pre-order bundles up. So you can see here it goes out on the 1st of March. So I think if you buy it, I believe they send you the PDF of the rules almost immediately. So you can get started reading them. So
they can set half price at the minute as well if you want those.
Yeah. So it does look sweet. I might pick them up. I'm thinking about it because I quite like the scale. I think it'd be really interesting to play some bigger games.
That's what I was thinking. I like the idea of a larger scale. That's actually got me quite interested.
I was watching, I don't know whether you saw Rich's latest video, but he put one up. I was doing a series of talking to the guy who does the rules. And he was talking through the whole theory of them. And he was talking, it's all about command problems that the battalion commander would have faced, as opposed to the platoon sergeant or what have you.
Yeah.
So I kind of like it. It could be a bit chain of commandy sort of. Not that I played any of that really, but I quite like the look of it. So plus you can buy those lovely Victrix small scale 10mm tanks and what have you, which
is it 10 or is it 12 mil? I can't remember.
12. It's 12. It's 12.
12. Yeah,
It's
12.
12. But there's like 288 minis in it.
Yeah, you just need a bag of tanks and a bag of infantry, and that would probably do it. 50 quid would be everything you'd ever need, probably. Well, obviously you need more because we're Wargamers.
Yeah, exactly. And then you've got this.
So this was the teaser. Yeah, this was a teaser, wasn't it?
We were having a bit of a chat about this, weren't we, Dom?
We were.
Yeah. So this was a video out on Warlord's Facebook page or website or whatever, and you've got a bunch of ancients going to battle with each other, and I can't remember the date. What was it? 376 BC?
371, I think it is.
5 years. There we go. And that was it. So is this a tease for SPQR2? I don't think. I mean, we did wonder if they were doing like a Greek book for Hail Caesar, but you wouldn't have individual basing. You'd have it on, but you'd have, if you were going to, do that, you'd have massive ranks. So SPQR2 moving away from the Romans.
Yeah, that was interesting.
Yeah, that is very, very, very interesting. It's have they taken feedback on board, do you think?
I don't know. I can imagine what Kaiser might say when he sees like 12 men forming the Greek. I was watching his video the other day talking about ancient warfare, and now the Greek phalanx is going to be represented by 12 guys on individual bases. I don't know.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. Just for anyone that's not actually seen this, give me 2 seconds.
Is this going to be Dom's review of SPQR, or is it going to be the trailer?
I did put a comment on that video saying, "Oh, really nice to see," and they are nice figures. I mean, it's Thebans.
You guys seeing
Spartans?
No,
nope. There we go. They're really nice. And I did put a comment down below just saying, really nice. And I guess this means SPQR2's coming. It would be a nice touch if you offered those people who were stupid enough to buy the first edition half price on the second edition or something similar. As I do genuinely think they cocked that up so bad.
I tell you what, the shields look nice though, don't they?
They're lovely. Those are the Thebans, and that's the Spartans, and they do look really good. I think the Spartans are actually the weakest of the lot, actually, of those painted. I think the Thebans look far better than the Spartans do. There you go.
They do look nice.
I mean, the thing is, I suppose, because I haven't actually played SPQR, is it trying to do is it trying to be heroic? Like, are the character models in it?
Yeah.
So you could arguably do, for example, Troy.
Yes.
With Achilles.
You could do Leonidas.
Yeah, absolutely, you could.
100% Spartans.
Yeah, I mean, it's about so long since I played it, but it was they sort of had a hero character or sort of a leader character who bonus numbers of dice to attack and all that kind of stuff. So it's very much that kind of cult.
It's interesting. Again, it kind of for me would get into you get into the early things of Saga, which in case I might as well just play Saga.
So yeah.
I don't know. I will wait for Dom's inevitable review.
Do you know what? I genuinely don't think I'm going to buy them.
I think you should. I think you get loads. I think you just get loads of things just so you could compare the two, even if you hated it. You just have both.
Do you know the problem with that, Martin? We were genuinely down the club. We were so excited to get the rules and wanted to play them, and we were really keen to play them. And I got everybody excited at the club. Well, not everybody, a low group of us were really excited to play it. We played about 4 games, and it went in the bin. And I think I'd have a hell of a job trying to get them all excited in playing another SPQR2 because it was such a bad experience. But maybe I will, maybe I won't. Maybe I'll get drunk at Salute one year and I'll buy a copy. Who knows?
Oh, we'll just buy it for you for Christmas. We'll just get it. I just want to see the video. I really just want to see the video. That's my
Dom's reaction rage. Yes. Well, I'll tell you what. If they piss it up this time, then they've got no excuse because they've had feedback.
But what are they trying to achieve? Are they trying to achieve a heroic skirmish game, or are they trying to actually what a campaign structure? Or this is something I could never actually get from the other game when I watch the videos on it.
It's a campaign heroic game. It's a campaign that leads on from each other, but
it's linked scenarios, really.
Yeah, linked scenarios. It's like Hero Hammer. Do you remember 6th edition fantasy? Did you ever play that, mine?
Yeah, I got that.
It's like Hero Hammer, basically.
But then, see, Saga are already doing that. I've got it. There's already a campaign system in Saga.
But Saga's a far superior game.
Well, that's what I mean. So
gameability.
So Saga is already.
It's magic, isn't it?
No, it's not.
No.
Only if you play the age. Well, there's different ages, so you can play Age of Vikings, Age of Hannibal, Age of Crusades, or Age of Magic. If you want to play Age of Magic, you get all your fantasy stuff out.
But then you have to be in their cards and all that involved in Saga.
There's a battle board which you roll dice at the start of your turn, and it's similar to your command phase. And based on those rolls, you get to activate certain units. So your best units, your elite units, are actually the easiest to activate. Whereas your levy are the hardest to activate because you actually got to get them to, move, like get them up the table because they were unruly peasants or whatever. And then there's some abilities in there like you can form shield walls, you could do like hails of arrows. So that but the whole point of Saga is that it's a saga, it's a story, it is meant to be larger than life. So has Saga just cornered that already? Is what is SPQR2 going to make a difference?
I always said the whole issue with SPQR was that they rushed to get it out the door because they knew that Saga Hannibal was on its way. They knew that the Lardies were doing Infamy, and they knew that Clash of Spears was another one that was going to get a lot of attention in that skirmish ancient thing. And I think they just rushed it out. Yeah. And they didn't play test it properly because even a modicum of play testing would have revealed the huge holes there were in that game. Yeah. And I think that was the problem. And I just think there are now so many of those rule sets already out there. Would people switch? But that said, there is a very loyal. I mean, on that video, there's a lot of very positive comments about SPQR. Now, I think people would need their head examined playing it, but clearly some people really enjoy it.
Yeah,
so,
maybe it's just
but then I think there's been a lot of homebrew. Ken, you've never played Saga, Ken?
No.
Right, next time you come down here, we'll play Saga because it is a good game, and you can make a lot of things.
We're gonna have to take a week off work.
Oh, yeah, you can make a war band. You could buy one Victrix set of Vikings, and that's a whole war band done.
Yeah, but I've got to paint the buggers.
Yeah, but
contrast paint, easy.
That's it.
They're all skin.
I've got ghouls. already, haven't I?
Yeah, but there's no rules for those, and I've got Anglo Danes, and I'm sorry, I'll hold you to historical accuracy. Your ghouls are not.
There are ghouls in the Hannibal book, mate.
Oh yeah, well I haven't bought that because, I think it's probably time you mentioned our sponsor because he's got a code.
Yes, he has. Yes, he certainly has. Where is it? Let me find it. Oh my god.
It's here. I've got it.
You got it.
Yeah. There you go.
Scroll it. So you want some discount from messersminis.co.uk? Type PCP Febbing. Make sure you let Carl know that we sent you. So he's put like a little box there now that you can put. You've come from the Plastic Crap Podcast. Just let him know, because it all helps for him to know what he's getting traffic wise. Helps us as well, so we can keep bringing you these fantastic discount codes. I believe it's 10% off. So
it is.
Don't forget, French
10% off his beautiful figures.
Absolutely. Yeah. So yeah, his link's in the show notes below you, so you'll find that. But PCP Feb is there. I think time for go through a few more comments.
That's a good point.
What we got? So, what time do we say here? So, sorry guys, there's just so many at the minute. So many. It's lovely having 65 of you earlier on like watching 55 now. It's crazy.
That's when SPQR appeared. 10 of them left.
Yeah.
So
Ward,
I don't blame them. I nearly left.
That's weird. Not to have a Piat firing. So he's saying about the PhD as well. We know that Warlord might actually watch this. So maybe a little feedback on board, maybe for a Piat. That's firing. Maybe. I know you got your metal one, but you know, could always surprise Steve with a resin model. Call it the Steve. Make him 6'4".
We've got what's that? The Steet.
Oh, there he goes.
There you go.
Usually he's ready for caffeine at this point, and now he's just cracking jokes. What's that?
He's already there. Yeah, look at this. So what we got here? Beautiful army. Just pay my British. Yeah, think some of these cavalry. Think I'll get some of the Victrix stuff. Think Johnny B saying he's going to get some for Highlanders. Yeah, could do. Yeah,
for the Napoleonic ones.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
go to Battle Flag and buy the transfers to the kilts. Just do it. Just spend the £4 or whatever it is, and just save yourself.
And never have to paint those kilts. And once you put a wash over, no one knows. And then
we'll know, and you'll know.
Yeah. And then Imaginary Conflicts has put, I hate the Piat at this point of principle. When I used to play the old game combat mission Beyond Overlord, the Piat was so rubbish compared to the Bazooka teams that we now have an irritational hate toward them. Yes, this is very true. I don't know, it's all to do with cheapness, isn't it? It's easy to mass produce. And you have to be a real man to get right up close and use the Piat. Jesus. What else we got? Horse tanks. He's put, I'm going to do a Punjab regiment using turban heads from the 8th Army. Yeah, you can do that, buddy. Yeah, it's a good way. There's something. Yeah. It's quite hard to get certain types of heads, isn't it? But that kit does have quite a few 3 types, I think, 3 or 4 different types. It's like fezzes is the SS sprue from the Germans. You can get fezzes on there, can't you?
Does the Perry 8th Army have turbans in it?
I don't think so, mate. No.
I thought I'd
no.
seen. I thought I'd seen. I don't know.
No, I don't think it does. What else we got? Shame that's cheap. Someone's put about the prices for the tanks, but shame that's GW prices. No, GW would charge 175 for it.
Yeah, so. That would be 100 odd quid for sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Sherman's, sheer numbers. Don't think.
I think that was a question somebody asked up further.
Okay, right. This.
What do you consider the workforce of the British in the World War II?
Yeah,
Germans.
And Andy Root might have put us to shame, mate. I was going to say just now. I'm going to. Yeah, sorry, buddy. You carry on.
No, carry on.
I was going to say I think this might have explained our question. So Warlord will probably tell us to shut up. Don't think Warlords have much increase on the price as their trench works. They have very pricey kits. If I
they are. Trench works are lovely models, but I
shall apologise to Warlord Games.
Yeah.
Get my hands up right now. The apology is there. If it's not to do with that.
But then I'm going to put a counter argument on that. So couldn't they have just done the bridge as a kit separately, and then you could fit it on any of their Churchills or whatever
you want? Yeah.
Just throw that one out there. But I agree with him. I mean, he's absolutely right. And he's absolutely right. The trench works are very, very expensive.
Yes. Go on, Don. What were you going to say, mate? Sorry, you were saying about the tanks, weren't you?
Oh, just I think somebody commented further down about the Sherman being the workhorse of the British in the Second World War, and I think that probably is true.
Yeah, definitely.
I think they did use multiple different vehicles, but I think probably the Sherman was the most. And there was a lot of Churchill variants. There was a lot of.
Well, we didn't get our Comet. The Comet, the medium tank, wasn't towards until the end of 1945, and the start of 1945.
And don't get the lovely Matilda.
Oh yeah, I love a Matilda. Matilda's one of my favourite tanks. I love that tank.
It's definitely waltzing. So Leslie's asked how much those ships from Warlord were individually. Mine were 12 from secondary retailer are £12 each.
Yeah, they're around about 50. I think the
15 from Warlords.
15 to 20. I think they generally price in that, and for the bigger ships.
Yeah.
But obviously, like Ken says, you go through a secondary retailer and you get 20% off that. So yeah, I think the Bismarck is 15 quid. The twin pack, you can get a couple of heavy cruisers for 20 quid.
Prince Eugen, can't you?
Yeah. So they're a little bit pricey, but they are nice models.
The other thing as well, now I've got all these ships, the ones that I've got every ship now. I've got the whole fleet for the British now. I've got everything. You can't buy anything else apart from the Art Royal.
Yet.
But it's nice. So
I love the fact they've got a German aircraft carrier which was actually never built. Well, it was sort of built, but it was never actually deployed in any way. So you can have that one. The Graf Zeppelin, I think it's called.
So Stoic Steve, he said he's pre-ordered the O Group. Some new videos from Two Fat Lardies on YouTube. Mary Hinge, you all right, bud? I haven't seen you. Spoke to you for a while.
Hello,
Jim.
It's been a while. He commented on some of the videos earlier. Even Chat's Victrix seems to be on the absolute roll at the moment. Long may it continue.
Agreed.
Yes, I agree. They're definitely, they're definitely up there. But they've definitely got their they've got their market now. They have. I just don't want them to do anything stupid. I don't want them to go, I'm going to make, I don't know. I try to think of some like bizarre army, and then no one buys it, and that just sinks them. Because I've seen other manufacturers do that. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah. Nick Games has put Warlord Go historical kill team like 40k. Yeah, but to be fair, buddy, I've played kill team and it's quite good. I quite enjoy kill team. I
prefer it to actual 40k.
Yeah, it's not a bad little game. It's not a bad little game, to be honest with you. But if they want to do that, it's nice to have that set of rules there. Because as far as I'm concerned, mass battles is Hell Caesar, isn't it? It's for me to get into, so that's what I would do that. Just try to remember, Johnny B, your stuff is in the post, mate. So don't panic, it is coming. Hopefully you'll have it in the next day or two.
I haven't posted your thing yet because I haven't found a box and I haven't been to the post office. So you don't need it. So you're not going anywhere. Yeah.
Oh right, yeah. I just want to take a picture of it with my Italians.
Oh, okay. What?
It's all right.
Yeah, it's all right. I can take a picture of it surrounded by my British, if you like.
That's all right. I look forward to coming up because I can't wait to get it. So yeah. Same with you, Dom. I didn't put your orc in there, mate, because it's metal and I didn't want it to chip. So
that's all right, buddy. No worries.
So
did you not varnish it?
No, because if it was varnished, it wouldn't be a problem.
Oh, not varnished it. No, she's not varnished.
Yeah, so varnished, it'll be fine. Just saying.
British infantry come with the Balmoral caps. Yes, you can do Scottish, can't you? So that's a new one.
Oh, that's quite appealing. I quite like the idea of doing that.
Be nice to find someone that doesn't want to use those hats and just buy those hats off their sprues.
Yeah, that's true.
I see those going on eBay quite quickly. If people aren't going to use it. Grip and Beast do a lot of heads. Yes, they do, Leslie. You are right there.
That's true. They do. Also, is it Steve Barber does a whole load of different heads for different things?
Yes,
as well.
He does.
Yeah. So, I can never pronounce that. Granapago. That's what I want to say. Yeah, there we go. Found a good little YouTube series. It's a bit like Dom can't remember my bloody channel name, but yeah. Found a good little YouTube series about the 33rd at Waterloo. It's called Old Man of Waterloo. There are 2 parts so far. There you go. Watch that.
There we go. There are actually some really good sort of historical type videos on YouTube if you go hunting around. There's some absolutely fabulous stuff.
Yeah. And then Duncan FX put his hobby high. Just finished my 10mm early war French. Good man.
Well done, that man. Well done.
Good man. French, even better. And then Mary Hinge has put, sorry, I don't get to watch this too often. Loving the show, though. No problem. Stick it on in the background, buddy, when you're doing your painting during the week.
In fact, we should say hello to everyone that watches this on the replay as well.
Yes.
So,
yes.
Hello. Yes.
Hello.
Thank you for sticking with it for these 2 hours before you.
I was going to say, I hope by now you've painted an awful lot of figures in 2 hours. We haven't put you off too much.
I have. I've just check this out. I've just finished basing up these firelocks.
Okay.
Just started doing the static grass. I've actually done 2 bases flocked and everything. Models flocked a lot in 2 hours.
Pretty much
Okay,
finished.
I am gonna put this out here, gentlemen. So I've just got the results of the poll.
What was the poll?
Yeah.
Oh,
okay.
right. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So the poll. So what do you guys think it would be?
I think people want to see the dice rolls.
I think people want to see the dice roll. Yeah.
What, everybody or?
No. I reckon it'll be.
Most people would want to see the dice rolls.
75%.
So we've had 16 votes, and every single person wants to see the dice rolls.
Oh, really? Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
Bugger. Why did I ask that question?
I've got my finger on the pulse of the Wargaming.
Cheers, Dom. Stitch the stall up there.
Okay.
So
I'm gonna work out how to do that and keep people playing the games.
Go on,
sorry.
My painting tonight.
Oh, so you get the numbers count done. Well done.
Yeah.
Oh God, that was. They're going to be washed tomorrow, but that was an effort. That was painful. It really was.
You got about 10,000 of the buggers to do.
I know. Well, I've just painted. That was 30 of them done tonight. So block painted 30 of them tonight. That was interesting.
Do you know what you should do, mate? Honestly, do you know what you should do? Is go and watch Gettysburg. Honestly, like next time you go to sit down and do it, watch Gettysburg before you do it. It'll get you in the mood for it. Honestly,
yeah,
it will get you in the mood.
Or end you. One of them.
Yeah, one of the
or
other.
end me. Yes. What?
Yes. Yeah, 100%. But yeah,
awesome.
That's cool, guys. So yeah, we are 10 o'clock. So it is the end of tonight's stream.
The end of the world.
Don't forget to check out measuresminis.co.uk. PCP Feb is for 10% off on his website. I'll stop that banner now. Stop that tick. So it's there, measuresminis.co.uk. He does have them post. He's just released some. They've just got some British, haven't they? Resin out.
Yes.
Nice cannons. And they look very nice.
He does the V&V stuff as well, which is
he does V&V. So you got your Vikings on there as well. But yeah, make sure you check him out, guys. He supports Plastic Crap Podcast, and it's really appreciated. But who's next week's you, Martin? Isn't it?
No, I think it's Steve, isn't it?
Steve.
I think it's me next week.
It's Steve for the first time.
Yes. Sorry. Yeah.
Yes.
You got your new laptop next week, Steve, have you?
No, I'm going to risk it.
Oh, here we go.
I like this. I like it. No, I think it's going to be good.
Living dangerously.
Holds up and everything keeps together. Bloody hell.
But no, guys, it's been lovely having you. Oh yeah, and Gods and Generals first. Watch Gods and Generals first, yes, before you watch Gettysburg. This is very true.
All right.
And
good call.
Yeah. Yeah, it is 4 hours long, Gettysburg, and I love it so much. But guys, once again, want to say thank you very much for watching. We will see you again very soon. We'll get the links up and everything like that all over the stuff. But stay safe and bye-bye.